along with account based COPA, we need to include this predictive accounting, and so that once we are going to the sales order, then we have some information, some commitments will be there. Prediction itself means it's future informations. So once we are going to create the sales order, let's say today we are going to create this sales order, or a future date. Today we are creating the sales order, but the delivery is, let's say, 30th September. So once we are going to do the delivery, that time you will have the accounting entries, but in this period we don't have anything, we don't have any information. So that is why this predictive accounting we are going to use. Okay, so here basically so we have sales order, then goods issue, and invoice. So when we are going to perform these two activities, we have the update in your ledger. With reference to sales order, nothing. Now we are going to assign here one ledger. Obviously that should be your extension ledger. So we are going to assign one extension ledger here, right? So it will be extension ledger, and with reference to sales order, we will have some accounting entries will be there, and we will, so once we'll perform the goods issue or invoice actual activities, then we'll have the accounting entries are there. Next question, what type of accounting entries he will expect with reference to sales order? So with reference to sales order, you are going to have complete accounting entry will be there. That means your cost and revenue both will be there. So once we are going to create the sales order, so your customer is going to debit, your revenue is going to credit, other entries like your sales reduction, if it is there, that is going to debit. Okay, then simultaneously your balance sheet point of view, your account receivable also going to update here. So account receivable entries will be there. Then you have inventories entries will be also there. That means your cost of goods sold is going to update, but in our case cost of goods sold will be 0 because we did the COGS splitting. So instead of COGS entry will be there, but instead of COGS entries we will have the actual entries like your material, packing material, these type of entries will be there. So simply you can say this cost of goods sold is also going to debit, and FG stock is going to credit if COGS splitting is not there. If it is there, then individual amounts will be there. So complete accounting entries will be there with reference to the sales order. And what will be your document number here? The document number will start with, we are not going to define any document number, just like your cryptic number, automatically through program we are going to have the document number, and the document number will start from some PA, then after that some numeric values will be there. PA, after that some numeric values will be there. So when we will have this entry, once we are going to create the sales order, let's say today we are going to create the sales order, that means with reference to the today's date also, today we are going to have these entries. Now let's say 30th will be your delivery date, so we are going to process 30th September. The actual document will be posted. So once we are going to post the actual document, these entries, these commitments will be reversed. So it was, let's say the amount is 5,000, suppose. If tax will be there, so that will be there. So all these entries will be reversed. Original entries will be reversed. So this will be credit. Okay, so all entries will be credited as if this account is zero. So you will find, and you will find the GL account balance also. You will find in the AC docket table also. This original entries also will be there in your AC docket table against your extension ledger. If you'll check your leading ledger, no update will be there. But if you'll check your extension ledger, if you'll check your AC docket, you will find these entries will be there. Okay, and also we can verify this data in our Fury also. Right, so this is the concept of, and then we will have the original entries with your leading ledger. That is as usual the traditional entries, because we are going to perform the goods issue and invoice. So everything we are going to perform here. So we are going to create sales order, we are going to do the delivery, and we are going to have the invoice. The moment you are going to create sales order, so that time you will have the predictive entries will be there, because actual activities or actual delivery is not yet happening. So with reference to sales order, first you will have the predictive entries. Then once you are going to start with goods issue, the original predictive entries will be reversed, and in that place new entries will be there. What is the benefit? Earlier or in account based COPA, with reference to sales order, we don't have any information for our analysis point of view. It's a projection. We want to see the cost and revenue. So instead of that is why earlier we are dependent on costing based COPA, but already we verified there is no link, or we don't need costing based COPA. We verified everything. We verified internal transactions, we verified all the logistic activities, production variance, we verified everything. So everything is account based COPA except this one, this sales order. Sales order is not part of your account based COPA. So that is why we have these functionalities are there. So this functionalities, now if you're going to include this sales order along with your profitability analysis, account based profitability analysis, so you're going to get the complete package, because with reference to sales order, now also we have all the informations will be there. So that means your extension ledger now is going to record all your incoming sales order. Here it is important is your sales order. So earlier it was not there, like with reference to sales order there is no accounting entry, but now we have the predictive entries will be there. For this, what is the prerequisite? You should have the account based COPA configuration. We did it. So now we can check this one. Make sure that the commitment management must be activated. For our controlling area. Is active. In the beginning, I activated. Otherwise, if it is not activated, then activate it. Commitment management must be activated. This is prerequisite. Then create one ledger, create one extension ledger, which we are going to declare as our prediction ledger. Because every accounting document in S4 need one ledger. So that is why we need one ledger. So you need to create one extension ledger. I have one extension ledger. I'm going to use that in 3, but just you need to create one extension ledger, but make sure that this should be selected. Line items, the last extension ledger what we have used, N2, that is standard journal entry. But this one should be line items with technical number. As I said, the number will be starting with PA, then after that it will be there some numeric values, and we are not going to create any number range for this. So line items with technical numbers, no deletion possible. Maybe right now you will not able to understand this no deletion, because one more concept is there, that is simulation accounting. That time we will see this one. No deletion means once these transactions are recorded or it is there, it will be there in your AC doc. You can't delete it, but the simulation entries we can delete it. So that is why to differentiate, you can see one more option is there, another, in future we will use it. Line items with technical numbers, deletion possible, but this one deletion not possible. So you need to select this option, line items with technical numbers, no deletion possible. And manual postings prohibited. So no user is going to use this particular ledger for manual postings like some normal entries. Okay, so we are going to use this extension ledger. So add your company code. No, it's not there. So as usual, we are going to have all the informations. If you want, you can also assign any accounting principle. So now in our list of ledgers, we added one more ledger. Earlier it was only 3 was there. Now it is 4. Okay, 4, 0L, N1, N2, N3. N3 is our extension ledger. Fine. So we added the ledger. So now we are going to create one sales order, and with reference to sales order, let's see the accounting entries. So as usual, we are going to create the sales order. So first step, we activated commitment management. Second step, we need to create one extension ledger. Third step, we activated with incoming sales order. So now I'm going to create the sales order. Now this date is, it is important. So make sure that it should be future date, because today we are not going to do the delivery. So this will be your future date. So just randomly I picked 30th September. $382. Let's take one quantity. Also, we are going to change this first date. Automatically it is coming. So this date should be future date. So your request delivery date and the first date. Okay, so they both are your future date. And make sure that item category should be 10, because that we activated in our settings. So item category 10 is activated. So all the informations are there. Yeah, it's there. Check all your condition records must be updated. So it is there. That means we are going to have some information like the cost and your profitability. All this information should be there. So it is updated, posted. So I created the sales order 134. Now let's say with reference to the sales order, is there any accounting entries are there or not? First, let me check the table. Is it okay? So what is our extension ledger? N3. Run it. So we have couple of entries are there, and another thing is important here. You can see what is the document number PA. That means predictive entries are posted here. So all are your predictive entries. So most of the document you can see in this document, if you'll see, blank entries are there because of COG splitting, because right now actual entry is not there. So if you check your normal ledger, let's go to the GL. Okay, and I will take leading ledger. Okay, by default leading ledger is there, so I will check the date, 30th September. You won't find anything. These entries are different entries, so these are not our predictive entries. Maybe earlier we did something, so that is why it is coming. So these entries right now we are not looking here. You can see these are the related to our WAP and all. So these are not related to the current entries. By chance the date is same. Okay, so is change in WIP, it is coming, so other things. So 30th September point of view, these entries are not coming. It is there, but it is there with your extension ledger, with your N3, that is your prediction ledger. Okay, and what is this blank, this information? That is because of COGS splitting. Where coin is there, that means business transaction coin is there, means your profitability segment is updated, right? So where we can see these entries, if I will select the N3 ledger, then we will get it. So let me check that one. Check the document number. So who created? Automatically. So from system we got it. So your sales figure updated 1800 credit with reference to predictive entry. Your ignore this entry. Actual number means ignore. So it is previous transaction. So here you can see your cost of goods sold debit and credit, because we have configured the COGS splitting. So that is why it is there. Otherwise you would have some COGS amount. Check, ignore these entries. Sales deduction, that is also there. Debit entries are there. Then you have individual components. So all are your predictive entries. COGS, material account, packing material. So all are your PA entries. All the document number you can see PA numbers. So now we have the informations with reference to our sales order. So here, like if you want to see these informations in Fiori, we verified the table view, we verified the normal on-premises entries. Now I want to see this in our Fiori. So check your journal entries. And we have not configured much. We just did the basic settings and it started working because we have configured the account-based COPA. Display journal entries. Ledger N3. Now here multiple entries are there because this extension ledger having underlying ledger, leading ledger, but we are looking here the predictive entries. So I have three documents are there, three PA series of documents are there. So these three documents with reference to our current sales order, this one is updated. Now check. So what you can see, first of all, you check whether your complete books of accounts maintained for this or not. So your balance sheet and your P&L. So it is balanced 1376.91, 1376.91. So we have a complete entries are there. So if you'll check your balance sheet entry, accounts receivable updated. So I said that customer is going to debit. So account receivable, it is updated. Then we have inventories, FG stock, credit, it is there. Then we have tax entry, as usual it is there. So you can say just like a normal sales invoice posted, and everything is updated as usual. So everywhere you can see what is the document number, PA. So in left panel also you can see these are PA document numbers are updated. So balance sheet point of view, everything is updated. Now check your P&L. P&L point of view, sales entry, credit entry updated. Then you have cost of goods sold. In our case, cost of goods sold is 0 because we have configured the COGS splitting. Otherwise, you will find the debit entry here. So instead of COGS, we have the individual entries are there. So that is sales deduction, then COGS raw material. This is as per our configuration. So all individual entries are there. So everything is there for your analysis point of view with reference to sales order. So now we can do whatever analysis you want to do with reference to your sales order, that we can do. Got it? The
Pradeep?
benefit of COGS splitting. Sorry, predictive account. Yes.
So in the old system, we had a concept of record type A as well, right? Where
That is related to
value can
costing based. That is related to costing based COPA. We are now in account based COPA.
so
Predictive
unless
account.
and
A predictive accounting is used when you are using account-based COPA, because in account-based COPA, you don't have the sales order that we already verified in past when we did the account-based COPA testing. So that time when we created the sales order, there was no update. Now this is. Okay, so assume that we don't have costing based COPA. We are not using costing based COPA. So there is no record type. So we have only the GL accounts are there. Okay, so in that GL account, if I will go to the COPA report. I selected account based COPA. Okay, and you check this report. Today we posted one sales order, so you won't get anything here. So if you don't have predictive accounting, then you don't have any information. See here, so everything is there except the sales order. Sales order is not there. Then how we will do the analysis? For that we have this predictive analysis. Fine. Okay, now let's say we are going to have the actual entries, actual activities. So now once again, once we are going to perform the actual goods issue, that means actual document, actual activity we are going to start, then we will see what happened. So once we will post the goods issue, then your predictive entries will be reversed. It will be like opposite entry. Customer will be credited, your sales will be debited, cost will be credited. So it will be reversed. So 0. And after that, you will have the original entries will be there. So right now, this is your entry. This is your informations, right? And we have 3 documents are there, PA 404142. Now I'm going to process the outbound delivery and the sales billing document. So let's see with reference to that, what is going to happen. Okay, so this is your predictive entries will be there. So after this, we will see these predictive entries will be there or it will be removed from the system. So that we will verify. Right now, this is your COPA report. Nothing is there because we are working on the account-based COPA. So with reference to sales order, no information. So you can see today we process that is no date, no update, nothing. Delivery. So I'm going to process outbound delivery. Now you will expect the original entry should be reversed and the actual entry will be there. That means COGS account is going to debit and your FG stock is going to credit with actual document. Right now, what is the document number? right now your COGS account, COGS entry, yeah, check this one, PA. So this is your predictive numbers. Now we will have the actual numbers. So I'm going to do the PGI. So we got this delivery document, and with reference to some accounting entries will be there. Let me at a time process the billing document. We will verify. Okay, so now let's see the predictive entries. First, let's go to the table. Is there any change? You won't find any change. So your original entries are there, but you can see some new documents are added because of your extension ledger having the underlying ledger, leading ledger. Okay, so you can see some new documents are added in this list. I selected N3. Okay, so let me go to ledger. Let me do one thing because other entries are coming. Let me select here the GL accounts. So that will be easy for us to understand. So I will take here accounts receivable. Accounts receivable, yeah, 2001. Then we will take here inventories, 2004. Then your tax entry, P&L point of view, COGS account, revenue account, and our COGS entries. Selected leading ledger. Now you have actual documents are there. So document number 14005. So document number 14005 updated with sales credited, cost of goods sold debit and credit because of COGS splitting 0. Then you have individual components are there. This is the normal report because we perform the actual outbound delivery and the invoice. What about those predictive entries? What will happen to the predictive entries? Let's go to the N3 ledger. And one more thing, if we'll let me run it first. So if you'll check your BKPF, you will not find BKPF update for your predictive entries. Okay, suppose I will run today BKPF, check BKPF. Here you will not find any predictive entries. You can see no predictive document is there. It's not there. So nowhere you can see PA series documents are there. So header documents are not updated. So predictive is just technically from system memory. We got this data, the predictive entries. And here you have actual. So original entry now reversed. So original entry was PA, this number. So initially it was credited. This is the first time when I created the sales order, it was updated. Now it is reversed, this second entry. So we have new document is there. Then your cost of goods sold, just ignore the actual document number because of underlying ledger it is coming. So original entry, cost of goods sold, first it is debit entry, then credit entry for COGS splitting point of view. Now it is reversed. Okay, so you check this entry. So initially you have this raw material cost debited, then raw material cost credited. Both are predictive entries, and you have the actual entries now. Okay, so why this 49008 coming here? Because this N3 also having the underlying ledger, leading ledger. So that is why it is coming. But our area of interest is these two lines. So initially there was a debit entry. Now it is reversed because actual transactions are already posted. So all entries you will find like this. Actual entry, predictive entry, initially it was there and it is reversed. And you can compare with this one. So your entry 40, 41, 42. 40 was balance sheet entry, I guess. 40, then 41 and 42. 51 entries now, the actual entries. So once I perform the outbound delivery and billing document, so that is why these two documents included. So in this list, if I am going to add those documents, previously up to this one is there 42. Now I am going to add 50, 51 and 60. So I will find everything zero. I selected here N3 ledger. So everything is zero because initially there was debit, then there was credit. Initially there was credit, then there is debit. So your account receivable zero, your FG stock zero, tax zero, P&L point of view also zero. So everything is zero because it's reversed. Completely it's reversed. So everything zero you can see. And where we will find the debit entries? You will find the debit entries with your leading ledger. Four nine zero zero eight 7. No, 7 is old entries. 14005. This one, this one. The respective plus entries you will find here. So predictive entry is 0. Now the plus entry is available here. So this is all about your predictive entries. Predictive accounting, prediction ledger, predictive entries, anything you can say. Any question? So now if you'll combine both the things, your account-based COPA and predictive entries, so there is no limitation with your account-based COPA. But here, one more limitation is there when you are going for CFIN migration. This predictive accounting is still not working with CFIN migration. So that is why in 2021 version, it is expected that new functionalities that is called margin analysis, which is combination of particularly CFIN point of view, central finance migration point of view. So it is a combination of your account-based COPA plus this predictive accounting.